Mic check. Wait, mic right, huh? Mic check. Black Lion on the radio.
I got you real loud.
Sound good to me. There we go. We in there. Black Lion on the radio. Hot Talk Radio. Call it number 444-619-466. Black Lion, let's go.
Yeah, don't give up mercy and you know. You got some guests coming?
Yeah, this shit.
Alright, you know, that's true for them. And folks, anyone you do.
I want to play this song.
It's already on, but you gotta keep the mics on, put the mic on for them to hear. You know what I'm saying?
What's going on, y'all? We go in Hot Talk Radio. Make
on.
sure everything is my mic is on right here.
No. Lock talk.
All right, I think y'all can y'all hear me now? All right, I think we're good. We're good. Today is Tuesday, October 3rd, and we're gonna be discussing SU as well as Horry again today. We're everybody pile in. Calling numbers 444-619-466. Y'all let me know if y'all hear me. We're gonna start the day off with a little bit of getting info. That's a roll of SU. We're gonna discuss SU today. We're gonna discuss Horry, and we're gonna discuss what's up on your mind. So, Hot Talk Radio, let's go. He's saying, All right, everybody. That was a little libation to Getty Ningbo. Getty Ningbo wrote at SU. SU himself is the gate opener, the opener to the way. He doesn't go with you, but he opens the way. Getty Ningbo is one of the Gede of not only the Ifa pantheon, but as well as the Voodoo pantheon. So when you're working with the Gede, there are a couple of them, and you have the Gede, you have the Baron Sadiki, Baron Criminal, and Baron LaCroix. And Gede Ningbo himself is the owner or the gatekeeper to the graveyard. He works with communicating with the dead. So Gede Ningbo is one of those entities that you can work with when you're trying to communicate with your ancestors. He's the emissary or the liaison between the two. He takes the message between them. So once again, the call-in number is 444-619-4666. 461-9466. Call in if you got any questions. Last week, we covered the aspect of Ori. We got a couple of listeners. That's good. We got a couple of listeners. We got a couple people waiting. We're waiting on a couple people to come to the studio. We're going to be covering some of the topics that we finished and that we started last week. We're going to wait for more people to come in today. We're going to talk about issue. So when you're working with the Orisha, you really can't do anything without Eshu. Now, Eshu is the one who eats first. He's the offspring of Oshun. He's the messenger. We know him as Hermes, the messenger, as well as he can be also synonymous with Christ, as far as like the one who lives on the cross and the opener to the way. Now, when you deal with some indigenous Africans, they'll tell you that Eshu is actually the devil, but he's not. Eshu relies in the root chakra, and his colors are black and red. And he deals with decisions, choices, as well as segregation. He is the polarizing force, I should say, of the Yoruba pantheon. He takes one thing, put it over here. He takes that and put it over there. He gives you the option at the crossroad to do whatever it is you need to do. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna play a clip that'll explain it a little bit more in depth about who Eshu is and what he actually does. Let's see. Once again, calling number 444-619-466. We're going to be covering the topic of Eshu as well as Ori. So I'm going to play a clip that will explain that energy more. If you have any questions, make sure you let me know. All right, here we go.
I know you just want to get to your video, but I just had to let you know that Airheads has gone now.
Or even Seth, or Saturn. But I have to honestly say the inability to open yourself up to see the correlation objectively is really just it's a product of systematic religious programming, which we are definitely trying to break out of, because in that there's no spiritual development, only, more religious indoctrination. But Set or Satan represents the humanity of a spirit being. Knowing that we have different aspects and components to us, your human aspect or your human component is represented by Set or Satan. It's that connection to a material reality, and the part of you, or a part of the function of that energy, that part of you is to constantly test your commitment to the spirit world. In that, this energy, or that Set energy, or Eshu energy, it will always present opportunities at the crossroads to either glory or bask in, or even enhance your earthly human experience. This can come in many different forms. It could come, in the form of pleasure, or even revenge. Anything that will allow you to glorify in your flesh and manifest yourself as a flesh being unhindered. That's when we're dealing with that Elegba or Ganesha or Set, Satan, Eshu energy. All right. The energy we're speaking of here is also often spoken of as ego. And in the most New Age or spirit studies, the first thing we're told to do is to remove all ego from the equation in order to realize our connectedness to all forces in existence. Ego could even be, if you want to make it an acronym, let's say EGO is edging God out, right? Or I've heard a brother of mine used to say easing God out. Same thing, edging or easing. But the problem with this notion of completely removing ego is that part of our soul has reincarnated on the physical plane for a reason. You can liken this plane of existence to a prison. I personally think that this dimension that we live on is a prison to our soul and a prison to our pineal organ. But in any event, whether you see it that way or not, the truth is we're here in one form or fashion. So with that said, to remove your physical ego, it resides in the root chakra. And this chakra point, the root or the base chakra they call it sometimes, it lies at the base of your spine, and its color is a fiery red tone. It's the chakra that keeps you connected to your physical reality and grounds you to life here on Earth. It's a very important chakra point, and it's oftentimes it's not looked at properly because in this society, many people never go past the root chakra because it deals with physicality, survival, sexuality, your base animalistic desires, one could say. And you could just even look at or listen to certain forms of music, if you want to call it that, or certain forms of culture, and we can see that it completely resides within the base chakra, where there's no kind of spiritual element, but it's all based on the material. So because of that, sometimes the root chakra gets a bad rap, but it's just as important as any other chakra point. But through this chakra point, Eshu or Elegba reminds us that awareness of our humanity is needed for our journey through this life form. And often we see people who are like kind of gathering information that deals with esoteric and occult information. And what happens is they begin to kind of stay in a world that's completely mystical and philosophical and fantasy based almost to a point. And it's like what they say, they become so heavenly minded they're no earthly good. And Eshu keeps us grounded, or that root chakra or Elegba keeps us grounded to each level of reality that we live in. and make sure that we realize that there must be a practical manifestation of anything that we acquire or we learn. He doesn't allow us to keep a surplus of things, of dead information that serves no purpose. It keeps us from staying in the clouds or flying off the handle, you could say. Or you could even picture this energy like a person flying a kite on the beach, and the person holds the kite string and is pulled tightly. And the stronger the person's grip to the kite string and spool, the more the kite can be allowed to ascend and soar. So Eshu is like you're anchoring in the physical reality, but also the gatekeeper is over. He only drinks lemonade. This trickster character really represents Afro's humanity, as Afro has become an indiscriminate killer based on his position in the world and what he has to do. And for the most part, has seen so much horror in his life, it pushes him to abandon much of his humanity, we could say. But of course, you should watch it and you draw your own conclusion.
What's going on, everybody? We have to put that on pause. We got a call on the line. Let's see who we got. Let's answer this call. Greetings, you're on Hot Talk Radio with Black Line. What's going on? Who am I speaking with? Caller? Caller. Caller, you on? What's going on? Greetings, we got the caller. What's going on, caller? I think my caller got shy. When you call in, just call in for 4601. Just call back. We pulled you in. We didn't. I don't know if you had your phone on mute or what happened, but just when you call in, just let me know if you can hear me, and I'll let you know if I can hear you, y'all. We're gonna get back to the clip. Feel free to call in. Once again, the number is 444-619-466. Again, that is 461-9466. Well, if I'm going to say the number, let me say it right. 444-619-9466. And we have, yes. So that caller, 4461, please call back. We try to pull you in. We didn't hear you say that. So feel free to call back in. We're going to get back to the clip. Call it at any time. We'll discuss any question that you have.
But interesting enough, the voices for both of the characters are voiced by Samuel Jackson. And towards the end of the movie, we realize that this trickster character is actually an aspect of Afro's own nature and culture. Nature and character. And he does and says all the things that Afro inwardly feels. He's a figment of, we could say, Afro's imagination, an illusionary projection. And at the climatic ending of the movie, the sidekick is either killed or fades away. I think he's killed. And lets Afro know that he won't be able to go with him into the next stage of the battle. At this moment, we realize, in watching it, that this is basically Afro shedding his humanity in order to succeed, at the next level. So he sheds his humanity and his identity. But I won't give too much of it away, but I would strongly urge you to check out Afro Samurai. There's a part 1 and a part 2. I think part 2 is Afro Samurai Resurrection or something like that. But, good movie. Especially if you're into anime. I guess that's what they call it, anime. But it's a good movie nonetheless. And this is a representation of another aspect of this energy, which is the fool. And Eshu represents becoming the fool in order to connect with divinity. Losing oneself, not taking human life so seriously. You know, even in the tarot deck, you'll find that there's a card, the Fool. And the Fool is the one who's really closest to divinity in many ways, closest to the supreme being, the one who loses themselves. And this is, one of the reasons that Ilegba Eshu is often represented as a child, wandering in the woods, trickster child. And that reminds us that in order to enter the spirit world, we must shed the layers that we've accumulated of brittle, egoic identity, become the fool, become the trickster. It's interesting also that Eshu.
All right, that was Chief Yuya talking about Eshu, believe it or not, Eshu is different. Eshu is actually different from Ilegbara or Ilegba. That's another Camino or road or path of Eshu. But they're different. Eshu is like Chief said, he deals with mic malfunction. I think Eshu here already. All right. Eshu, like I said, Eshu deals with the community force in the universe, the segregated force in the universe, and the options. He rules the planet of Mercury and governs the constellation of Virgo. So during Mercury retrograde, a lot of people are afraid of Mercury retrograde, but it's actually one of our most powerful times, as Chief would say, especially for melanoid people, because we know that Mercury is considered a red planet, or the melanated planet. So what some of the things you can do during Mercury retrograde is honor Eshu, because that's the Orisha that's exalted in that particular time period, as well as during when Virgo moons. That's another good time to work with Eshu, as well as the Virgo sun sign. That's another good time to work with Eshu. Some of the things Eshu likes is candy, stuff that a child would like, but candy, nice things, cigars. Like I said, he lives in the crossroads. You can draw his Veve. The Veve is something that the Voodoo utilizes, right? That's and from what I understand, it's a portal that when drawn in their form, you can bring that energy through that Veve. But that's a lot of that's a Voodoo practice. We also work with Eshu when it comes time to deal with court. Eshu also helps find the one that actually committed the crime. If you're innocent or need to cleverly work your way out of something, that's a good energy to work with. Eshu is also known as a trickster. You can also work with that energy when you need to do something cleverly, if that's a word. But Eshu helps you. Eshu has a sense of humor. He has a sense of humor. He does things in the way of Fox almost. He's clever, and he does things where he can, where he can do it, enjoy himself doing it, but specifically what's being done. It's not. There are no blurred lines with Eshu. No blurred lines with Eshu. We're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna play a song called Eshu is Coming. Once again, the call-in number is 444-619-466. That's 444-619-466.
Omi tutu, ilẹ̀ tutu, ọ̀nà tutu, tutu la roye, ṣe tutu. Omi la buwe, omi la bumu, omi la businse, omi babale, omi adipa. Ojo balẹ̀ kàwáwá, Olódùmarè àjúbà, ọlọ́jọ́ ní àjúbà, ẹlẹ́dàá ní àjúbà, ọba nínú ìpàdà àjẹsí, ọba ní ìrètí àkọ́rí, ọba àṣẹ ní ọrún, ọba àjọṣe láyé ní ọrún, ọba lóní ọba lọ́nà, ọba nídìí láéláé, ọba tó ní èkó ní ọ̀rọ̀, ọba tó fi ọba àjẹ, ẹ̀lára ọkọ̀ àkúrẹ́ látàbọ̀, ẹ̀lára ọkọ̀ àkúrẹ́ látàbọ̀, ìmọ̀ ẹ̀kọ́ ló pa.
We got a special guest caller calling in right now. What's going on? Hot Talk Radio, back line. What's going on? Who we got on the line? Shea Lafayette, Oboroboye, Botiche, what's going on?
Everything is well. How you doing?
I'm doing well, man. I was vibing to the song, man. Could you
All right.
I'm gonna see if I can play it. Can you hear that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, everybody, we got a special guest today. We got Ogunlano, the composer of this beautiful music we listen to, this libation, this sonic libation we listen to right now. Baba Ogunlano, as well as he is a priest of Obatala, as well as a priest of D5. So we got somebody with a lot of knowledge on the line. If you would, Baba Ogun, could you explain us a little bit about what we're listening to and how you came up with it?
All right, so yeah, this song actually was coming. It was actually me and my wife, also Funke Ogunlano, we came up with the song, and we was in the midst of writing a whole completely different album, and it was during the time when my mother, Yvonne Curran, was transitioning, that our new album called Orisha Beat was downloaded. And Eshu Coming is the first song on the album because we wanted to get homage to Eshu, as you always do first in the Yoruba tradition. And yeah, man, we just came up with the song. We was vibing to the anthem, and it started downloading completely from the heavens. We came up with the melody first, and then after that, we put the lyrics to it, and then after that, we composed the music to it with our producer. And yeah, man, it's just been beautiful.
All right, that's beautiful, man. You and your queen making music together. That's big, man. That's when you have that pairing, you have that beautiful polarity in your music, where you can combine the two, which is something I think that we actually need to work on. So, Baba,
yes, indeed.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So how did doing music with your wife, not girlfriend, not baby mama, not side piece, how did doing music with your wife help create something so beautiful?
Well, it's amazing because the chemistry is there, and we support each other. You know what I mean? We have our individual destinies, but we have our common destiny together with being us creating music, us being pioneers for the culture, us being leaders in the culture and all that. So with everything that we put together, the music is just it's just like a cherry on the cake, icing on the cake. You know, it's just another thing that we do together that's great. We dance together, we sing together, we make music together, we do Orisha work together, we teach the children together. So, you know, everything we do is pretty much together. And it just keeps that African love, that black love strong, because we have common destinies. And both of us are priests of Orisha, which helps a lot.
Okay, all right. So for the new listeners, for the new people that's new to the tradition and to what we're talking about, could you explain exactly who Eshu is? Well, we got another call on the line, but we're gonna listen to Baba Odum. So
okay.
Could you?
Yeah, I'm explain real quick because I'm actually about to perform in a second. So
okay.
Eshu is the deity in the Yoruba tradition that is the one that holds the key to every day. Eshu is the messenger to Olodumare, the messenger to all of the Orisha. Eshu is the one that, to get our prayers answered from the Orisha, we have to petition Eshu first. Eshu is the one that opens the doors for us. You know, and it was real important with us giving this first song on our album to SU because we know that we want the protection of SU and we want SU to open up the doors to the industry and to all of the things, but also with that protection. You know what I mean? That way we could continue to do traditional music, Orisha music, and continue to promote the culture. You know what I mean? And to do what we have to do for our people and to make our ancestors proud. So we start with SU, that way our prayers could be answered and the prayers for everyone could be answered.
Okay, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. So, is that where can we find more of your music at, and where you be performing it? Better yet.
Right now we're performing at it's called the Dutch Hot Restaurant. It's a South African restaurant right downtown Atlanta. That's where we're performing at tonight. But you can find more of our music at www.ogunlano, that's OGUNLANO, music.com. And then you can find us on Instagram and Facebook at Ogunlano Music. And yeah, connect with us. I definitely want to give my wife a big shout out and a thank you. We just welcomed our new princess, our new daughter into the world, and we will be having her naming ceremony this Saturday. So I definitely want to give all praises and love to my wife for that.
Okay, congratulations. When is the naming ceremony? What is the name, and how can we support?
The naming ceremony is actually going to be this Saturday at 3 p.m. and it's going to be at the Shrine in Decatur. The address is 2401 Waters Run, Decatur, Georgia. And of course, for more information, people can hit me on Facebook or hit us on the website, and we'll definitely respond with any information that they need to know. And then the actual name of the baby will be announced to the community at the naming ceremony.
Okay, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. If you got time, or if you got to get back to performance, we got one more question. Could you explain to everybody what exactly a naming ceremony is and what it actually does for the child as well as the community? Okay,
so the naming ceremony, or as we call the Ikamo Jade, Isomololuko in Yoruba, the naming ceremony is actually, we have the Esetaye first, which is done on the Thursday. And the Esetaye is where we actually, we present the baby to Ifa into the world. You know what I mean? Certain rituals we have to do to make sure that the baby is successful in their life. And we do the birthday intercede this child's destiny and what they're supposed to do when they come back to the work this time. What are they here to do? What's their mission? So the naming ceremony is the process where we present the child to the community. That way the community, everybody that's there and lay eyes on this child, they know they have a responsibility now in help raising the child and looking after this child and making sure that this child is okay. You know what I mean? And then we, from the name that got from the oracle, from the Esetaye, we would then officially announce it to the community, and everyone there that wants to will come up and actually give that child a name. And the reason they do that is because we call it Oriki. The name that they give that child is going to have meaning, and these are going to be this child's praise name. This is this child's praise name. So that's a little, brief summary of the naming ceremony. And definitely, it's definitely something that I would say that all of us, especially with our children, would bring ancestors back. We need to make sure we do some form of naming ceremony for them. Find out their destiny. That way they're not just floating around.
Ashe, Baba, Ashe. Ekushe on your music, Ekushe on your new journey as a father, and Ekushe to your wife for bringing her into the world without any complications, without any trouble. Once again, we are on the line with Odun Ogunlano, the composer of the new album, which features the song "Eshu Is Coming." We're gonna let you get to work, Baba. Once again, Modupe for coming on and explaining to us. Hopefully, we'll get some more time where we can get Baba Ogunlano and Omode to come in and hit us off with another sonic libation for Eshu Is Coming. Well, we thank you so much, Baba, and we appreciate you coming on. Like I said, once again, let everybody know how they can get in touch with your music as well as you for any ceremonies that they need done. And we're gonna let you get back to your performance.
All right, yeah. Before I start, I want to give another big shout out, because I don't know if people know how much happy I am to my queen, to my wife, Oshunfunke Ademuwagun Ogulano, the greatest woman in the world. All right, but anyway, you can get me on Facebook at Odun, O-D-U-N, Ogulano, O-G-U-N-L-A-N-O. That's where you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and you can message me directly. And then you have our website, which is www.ogulanomusic.com. And also, we have a big show in Atlanta coming up that a lot of people should be there. We will be opening up for the Black Power Awards this year. So that is November 18th. You can find that information online on our website as well, and we will see you there.
I say, Baba, once again, a crusade on your work, and Urayo Mode, Urayo for your work, for your own and your mate. All right, let's get to work, Bob. We're going to have him on again later. Appreciate your call. Once again, everybody, that is Baba Odun Ogulano of SU is coming. He just had an Omo day with his queen. That's something that's important. We got a couple callers on the line. Let's see who we got. Callers, are you there?
Yes, we're here.
What's going on? Let us know who's on the line and what y'all think about what we were just talking about.
This is Oshun Ominiwa Sugar, and I think it was very interesting, and it was a great teaching.
I say, so sugar. Tell everybody who you are, what it is that you do.
Huh?
Tell everybody who
I'm
you
sorry,
are.
I can't hear.
Hold on. Sugar, can you hear me? Is that done?
Yes, I can hear you now.
All right, Sister
Yes.
Sugar. Tell everybody who you are, what you do, and how the tradition has helped you.
Well, I just came out my yellow, and I am an Oshun princess. I also I'm up on the ENP. And the tradition has helped me for this discipline, spiritual, in life. It helped me a lot of ways. It helped me with my family, my children, with my community. So it's a journey. I'm loving it.
I say.
Hey, Sugar. Hey, I'm at my son's football game, y'all. Don't judge me. I'm sorry.
Well, whatever you're doing, it sounds good, man. It sounds like I'm in a wind tunnel, I'm sure, but we can't know where you at. Who's that on the line now? Who's that talking?
I don't want to give you a lie. Hey, Sugar. Hey, Shango Didi. Look, I'm waving like somebody to me. Hey, Shango Didi. I love you,
Yeah. Shango Didi. Once again, you're on the line with Black Lion and Hot Talk Radio. Calling numbers 444-619-4666. We got Shango Didi on the line. Shango Didi, tell everybody who you are, where you from, and what it is that you do, and how the tradition has made you smarter.
Hasn't made me smarter. My name is Shango Alamodidi. Most people would prefer to be in Shango Didi. I am an exemplary star, which means I am the wife of a Babalawo. I am a priestess of Shango, Kawokabisi. I am a medium. I do ancestor work and mediumship readers, helping to connect people back with their ancestors. I do, I'm a dance instructor. I enjoy African dance as well as ballet, tap, jazz, modern ballet for the last 30 years. I teach a class every Wednesday with E-Ray Tiwalade from 7:30 to 8:30. And I also own a homeschool co-op program. Where they come from. Oh, I also own my Legacy Designs, which is a design company that focuses predominantly African textiles.
Okay. Now, from what I remember, you got some big things coming up. Would you care to share about the big things you got coming up with My Legacy Design?
Yes, absolutely. absolutely. My legacy designers right now has been invited to Lagos, Nigeria this month to attend the Lagos Nigerian Fashion Week. So we're fundraising for that right now. We would be, I'm going to be leaving with a group of women on October the 23rd, and we're also going to be filming a documentary entitled 72 Hours in Lagos, which is going to chronicle 5 American-born African women that are going to be with the Fashion Week. And this, what it's designed to do is just basically show Africa in a whole light. A lot of times when people visualize Africa, they visualize the rural areas, the villages, and they don't realize that Africa, specifically Nigeria, has an amazing, thriving economy. They have banking infrastructures, they have school systems, they have huge downtown metropolis areas, they have, just everything that you would think. You know, when you think of major cities, most people think of areas like Atlanta and New York, but they never think about African cities. They think of Africa just as the bush. But there are big things happening. There's a fashion scene in Africa. There is just a huge money grab happening right now, specifically in Lagos, specifically in Nigeria. So that's what we got going on. And we're also, mid-November, we're going to launch our children's line, My Inheritance.
All right. Now, you said a couple things, and we got a lot of new listeners on the line, both foreign and domestic. You said something like you are a Awo of Shango, as well as Kawo Kabiyesi. What does all of that mean, and how does that play in your business? How does that play in your business, and how you came up with your business, and how you run your business?
Well, to answer your first question, yes, I am an Oni Shango, which means I am a priestess, a child of Shango first, a priestess of Shango second. I was initiated by Onabamiro, Ibaye Babatungu, who just passed this year. But what that means is that I have been initiated into the mysteries or the cults of Shango, who is the deity of lightning, the deity of fire. He's a master strategist, and he was the fourth king of Oyo in one of his reincarnations. The other thing that you asked me was, how does that play into how I run my business and my daily life? As a child of Shango, I'm constantly thinking of new ideas, thinking of new businesses. But most importantly, and a lot of people get hung up, anybody who's even vaguely familiar with Shango thinks of him as the money deity, which in one sense is true, but really when I view Shango, the way Shango manifests for me is more so intuition, more so that eureka moment, like, aha, I have an idea. For me, Shango manifests in that way. He also manifests as I have an obligation to my community. My purpose in life is community first, to help my community, to educate my community. If I happen to make money doing it, that's what's up too. I'm not opposed to making coins, but first and foremost, my concern is always the elevation and the liberation of my community. And that comes from, who I am as a person, my upbringing, but I think it comes at least in part from being a child of Shango. I always am looking for ways to help my brothers and sisters. I'm a humanitarian at heart. So that's definitely how it plays into my business life, how it into my home life is that I'm very, I have a tendency to be very strict. Things have to be in order. Things have to be just so. And I'm not quick to answer. I strategize everything out. So I think that's how that comes to play. I hope I answered your question.
Oh no, that's what we needed. Do you have time to give us a little bit of information on who Shango himself is, what the Orisha represents, and what exactly, when a person says Shango, who are we referring to?
Shango, my take on it is, number one, Shango can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different persons, because energy is energy and it manifests a lot of different ways. But once again, Shango is the Orisha, or the deity from, he was the king of Oyo. He was the fourth king of Oyo, if my research is correct. And what he represents is, there are a lot of what we call pasakis, or stories of his life. And some of, a lot of times people take them very viscerally. But what it is that Shango is a force of nature. And what he represents is passion. In a nutshell, a passion for life, a passion for creativity, a passion for children, a passion for women and men and pleasure. Shango is an amazing father, an amazing family man. A lot of times people don't recognize that when they read stories about Shango. But what people don't talk about is Shango and his wife, how he refers to his wife, especially Oya. Shango does not ride into battle without Oya. Oya is the goddess of winds and hurricanes and change. She is the intercessor, or the one who escorts you from life to death. But as powerful and strong as a master general or strategist as Shango is, he still consults with his wife before battle. So that indicates to me the equality in certain aspects, or at least the reverence of a relationship between a man and his wife, and a wife and her husband, and how where they may not be equally yoked in, say, brute strength, but they are equally yoked as far as strategy, and how there is a yin and a yang to everything. Whereas Shango's Oya actually is the one who comes in and she tears things down. Shango is actually the strategist, where he sits there and he moves the chess pieces around to find out the best plan of action. So that for me is how Shango manifests. Shango, again, a lot of times when people think of Orisha, or even children of certain Orisha that love children, Shango is not typically one that comes to mind, but it's more like the Yamoja or Oshun. But I have never met an Omo Shango who, number one, did not like children, and number two, wasn't amazing with children. Now, maybe other people have. I've been around a lot of Omo Shangos in my day, and I have never met one. Omo Shangos tend to have the patience and, the child's laughter, because children are so innocent. Children are the aha moments. Children are the reincarnation of our ancestors. So, when we talk about children, and we link them to Shango in a sense, it just kind of makes sense of that. A lot of times people don't realize Shango's connection with the Egungun, or the ancestors. I read a Pasaki that said that Shango was the first living person to go under the Adan, or the masquerade, for our ancestors. So there is a deep connection with Shango and the ancestors. There's a deep connection with Shango as a male Orisha in the Iami. I read a story that said that Shango was one of the only male Orisha that could or would deal with the Iami, and that's where he got his sorcerer's power. Shango is known as the master magician, or the sleight of hand, the sorcerer. So, there's a lot of factors, there's a lot of stories, there's a lot of a manifestation of how that energy works or comes through. And depending where you are in life, depending on what you need, where you come from Ileoru to earth, or heaven to earth, depends on, what side you might get.
I say. Okay, could you give us some information on how can you hear me good? Okay, could you give us some information on how people can patronize your business, and as well as employ your services, as well as other aspects of what it is that you do? How can we get in contact with you?
I can be reached by email My Legacy, MYLEGACY, by Parise, BYPARISE, @gmail.com. Again, that's My Legacy by Parise @gmail.com. You can also reach me on Facebook, Parise Shangolidi Oguleye, OGUSLEYE. First name is Parise, PARISE. Or you can shoot me a text, 407-541-7131. And I do amazing ancestor readings. So if you're looking to reconnect with your ancestors, if you're looking to find out where you should be going or what they think about what you're doing or what you need to be doing, please give me a call. We can sit down and schedule a consultation.
All right, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. We're gonna take a quick break. We don't need our callers to stay on the line. We're gonna take a quick break. Once again, the call-in number is 404-461-9466. If you want to call in and have something to say, call in, ask questions, or just talk about, something that will be privy to what we're talking about right now. We're going to take a quick commercial break. You can also check us out on hottalkradio.net. We are streaming live right now. We are also on Hot Talk Radio on YouTube, so we can see everyone's messages in the messenger for YouTube. So once again, you can call us at 404-461-9466, or you can listen to us live if you're at work and can't say nothing at hottalkradio.net. We're going to play another song from Baba Oduna Milano, As She Was Coming. Black Line on the Radio. Hold on. Right back with you.
Il est toutou, on a toutou, toutou la roye, j'ai toutou. Omi la boué, omi la boumou, omi la bousinse, omi babale, omi anipa, ojo bale kawawa, olodumare ajuba, olotoni ajuba, elegani ajuba, oba ninu ibala ajeshi, oba nibeli akori, oba asedi oru, oba jose leye oru, ọba lóní ọba lánàá ọba títí láìláì ọba tó ní èkó ní ọwọ́ ọba tó fi ọba àjẹ ẹ̀la rúkọ àkúrẹ́ látàbọ̀ ẹ̀la ra ọwọ́ rẹ̀ látàbọ̀ ìgbà ìgbà ló pa sóró dáyọ̀ ìgbà bàbá ní ilé ìpàdáwọ̀.
She
We are back. That's powerful, man. That's Ogunlano. That is if you don't know any Eshu or Rikis, or if you're trying to meditate and get your root chakra in balance, that's an easy way to do it. That's a very easy way to do it. That's called invocation. Invocation means to call down. Evocation means to call up. And once again, that's Ogunlano with Eshu is coming. Him and his queen made that music, man. That is beautiful. Off topic a little bit, but that's a prime example of why you should get a mate. Stop being single and lonely and bitter and everything else. Get a mate. All right, we still have the callers on the line.
This. You stop making this tech.
Callers, we still got any callers on the line? Callers. I guess we lost them.
Lafayette, sir. I'm still on the line.
Lafayette, who we got on the line?
This is Obatalata Rende, Green.
Oh, Baba Terrain, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, brother? I was just listening in, I've been listening to that She Was Coming a lot, too. You know what I'm saying? I got that, downloaded in my phone. That's one of my favorite, like, Orisha songs.
Yeah, they did that, man. They did that. Okay, man, that's awesome. That is awesome. So today we're gonna finish talking about Ori. We went to Eshu, we went to Shango. Now we're gonna get to Ori. So Baba Terrain, tell us what you know about Ori. You remember what we covered last class?
Last class we covered, the different components of Ori. I don't think that we did cover all of the components of the Ori, right? We did,
not quite.
I think so. Did we do the Ori Ode? We did that one too, the outer end. That was the last one we did, I think.
No, we didn't cover that, but you can cover it now. So what do you know about the Ori Ode? What is it, where does it reside, and what does it do?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the Ori Ode is basically the physical outer head. It's basically, your outer head, which holds your brain, your mind, your consciousness, and it's also, everybody knows that it's located, at the top of your body, and it's basically the central place, to where, your pineal or where everything else sits, basically. Except the Ori, what's your belly button? Your Ori.
Ori what?
Ori, hold up. Ipon-Ri, right?
What is your Ori Ipon-Ri? What does that reside in?
Hold up. Your Ori Ipon-Ri. That resides in your, is that your belly button, or that's your head? That's that's the belly button, right?
I'll think about that again.
No, it's not. That must be your higher consciousness there. That's what that is.
So what do we say that Ori Ipon-Ri is referring to your higher consciousness?
It's on the top of your head, like the higher self.
Where does it reside in?
The Ipon-Ri?
Yeah. Where does it reside?
At the top of your head.
But where in the universe does your Ori Ipon reside?
Oh, where in the universe is room, right?
Exactly. That's your body doubling on room. So if your Ori Ipon is your body double in heaven, then what is on your belly button or your navel? What chakra is that? What point is that?
Ori, that's the Ori. Man.
What does it deal with? What aspect of your consciousness does your navel chakra deal with? And you know the name of it. Just think, calm down.
I do know the name. I just don't understand why I can't say it right now.
Is it your Ori Inu?
Ori Inu? Yeah, that's the Ori Inu, because the Ori Paco resides on the back of the neck, and the Ori Iwachu is the third eye, or the first eye. So the Ori Inu, I think that's the answer.
Yeah. Okay, good. Ori Inu is your navel chakra. What does it deal with, Brother Terrain? What does the Ori Inu deal with?
The Ori Inu deals with it deals with I know it, but I don't have the answer on it right now.
Look at the name, Inu. What's the first word? What's the first part of that word? If we just gonna look at it in English. Lafayette.
Oh, well, yeah.
Ori deals with your inner self. Your inner self, your highest connection to your Ipon.
I say. Remember your Ori.
Or your higher self.
I say. So you remember your Ori Inu deals with your super consciousness. Your Ori Ipon deals with your higher consciousness. So your Ori Inu deals with your subconscious thought. And your Ori Ode is the filter to that. So let's go over again the different aspects of Ori, Brother Terrain. Let's start at the top, the very, very top. Let's start at the top. What we got in heaven?
Okay, you got Ipon.
All right, and where is that? What does it do?
Iwachu.
Okay, where is it at and what does it do?
Iwachu is your first eye, and it's dealing with, your pineal gland, which, regulates all functions in your body. Your Ori Ipon.
We're going to go back to that one. We're going to keep going.
Oh, that's wrong, Brother Deidre.
No, just
Iwachu, the first eye.
We're going to get back to that. Because Ori Iwachu doesn't really deal with bodily functions as much. That's more of a spiritual thing. But keep going. We're going to work through it. We're going to get through it. We got a whole another 45 minutes. We're going to get through it.
Okay, and you got the Ori Ipaco, which is located on the back of the neck, which deals with your ancestors. It deals with communication with your ancestors and everything like that. And then you have the Ori Ode, which is the outer head, which you just explained. That it's basically your outer head, your head.
Well, that can also correspond with your physical brain as well. That's Ori Ode can be the physical head or the physical brain, which we also can call your conscious thought. So based off of that, okay, keep going, you're doing good. So we got Ori Ipon, Ori Iwachu, Ori Ipaco, which is at the base of the skull. Ori Ode, which is your physical head or physical brain. What else we got? Got three more. Three more than we
got the Ori
And we got the Ori O'Day. I mean the Ori Ara, which is the body.
Ah.
The
yeah, so that Ori Ora. So if Ori Ora deals with your physical body, which Ori point deals with your bodily functions?
The Ori.
You just said it. If Ori Ponri is your body double in heaven or your doppelganger in a room. Don't stop using so much English words. Is in a room, so that deals with your higher self. Your Ori Iwaju is your third eye, which deals with your thought, your foresight being able to see the unseen. Your Ori Ipako, which is at the base of the skull, which deals with your communication with your ancestors as well as the soul portal. Your Ori Ode is your physical head, physical brain. And your Ori Ara deals with your physical body. Now, if Ori Ara deals with your physical body and Ori Iwaju deals with your thought, what aspect of your Ori deals with your bodily functions specifically? You just said it.
Okay.
By the way, that's Sunny Ade, Jaffa. That's his way. That means God bless my head. But come on, Tareen, think about it. Use process of deduction. If Ori Iponri resides in Orun, if Ori Ipako deals with the ancestors, if Ori Iwaju deals with your foresight, your Ori Ora deals with your brain. Your Ori Ode deals with your brain, and your Ori Ora deals with your physical body. Which one of those governs your physical bodily functions? Somebody help him out. Let's think. It's process of deduction. Who knows or who can put together which Ori point we just discussed deals with your physical body or governs your physical bodily functions? All right, we just got a text. Let's see. Got a text from a listener. If the Ori Ora deals with your physical body, then your Ori Ora governs your bodily functions. Ori Ora can be is also known as your body temple, or the vehicle in which helps you move about this plane of reality. So let's just say that your Ori Iponri is the owner of the car. Your Ori Ora is the car. Your Ori Inu is the inner workings of the car, and your Ori Ipako is the owner's manual, how you connect to those who built the car, and your Ori Iwaju is the windshield. So your Ori Ora is your body temple, and you have to take care of your body temple, because you have people who don't take that serious enough. You can't function without your Ori Ora. Because we have to ballet, we have to actually do physical things on the planet. So without your Ori Ora, you might well not even be here, because there's a reason that you manifested in the physical. If it wasn't important, you wouldn't have it. Your Ori Iponri would not have decided to come down to earth if you did not need your Ori Ora. So that is very important. You gotta take care of your physical health, gotta take care of your temple, gotta take care of the vehicle. You take your car, you make sure your car has the proper oil, make sure the spark plug is working good, make sure that the transmission fluid is good, the brake fluid is good, interior is good and clean, the doors locked, the windows roll up, the tires are good, and if you really just fancy with it, you might put some rims on to make it look pretty. So your Ori Ora is your vehicle that helps you get from point A to point B to act out the will of the rest of your Ori points, which is coming from your soul. Hold on. Baba Tareen.
I apologize, man. I'm in a bad area, so my phone is my signal is kind of janky.
No problem. So what did you come up with? I thought
But I was saying, we were talking about the components of ORE, right?
Yes. Which one of the components of ORE governs your physical body?
The ORE,
If your ORE Iponri governs your if your ORE Iponri is your body double in a room, so that's not physical. Your ORE Iwaju governs your third eye or your psychic ability or your foresight, that's not physical. If your ORE Ipako governs your terrain, I think we lost it again. Iya Shango Didi, what you got? What you think? What's the process? What's the thought process when it comes to that? Tell us what you think. Help them out.
I'm sorry, I had to step away. What was the question?
Okay, now we've gone over Ore Iponri, we've gone over Ore Iwaju, we've gone over Ore Ode, we've gone over Ore Ipako. Now we're on Ore Ora. Ore Ora is your physical body. Now, the question was, which ORE point governs your bodily functions? Brother Tareem needs a little help with that.
I would assume the last one.
Which is what? Ore Ora?
Yeah.
Perfect.
I'm sorry, now you know we got this 2-year-old running around here.
No problem. You're still here with us. You're still here with us, and you're still attentive. And we still have listeners that have not called in. So this is beautiful. We have listeners not only, once again, domestic but foreign as well. So for those who listening in, we have covered the aspects of Ore Iponri, which is your body double in heaven and your higher self. We've gone over Ore Inu, which is your inner self, your subconscious thought, which resides in your navel chakra. We've gone over Ore Iwaju, which is your first eye or third eye, some call it, which deals with your forethought, your foresight, your ability to see the unseen. We've gone over Ore Ode, which is for all intents and purposes for this class, we call it your physical brain or your conscious thought process. And the Ore Ora, which is your body temple, which you cannot function without it because you have manifested on this plane of reality. You are not a jinn, you are not a spirit, you're not a spook, you're not nothing else. You are a Inyan, which is human, with a physical body, which you must maintain. So, Sister Shango Didi, you got anything to add to it?
Actually I had a question. As it pertains to, you were talking about something on the back of the neck, and then I heard, I have to step away, but I heard something in regards to the Ore Inu. Can you explain the difference? Because I heard as a mention to ancestors, and when we talk about ancestors as far as Ore is concerned, my thought process right, I guess my question would be, what is the connection between the Ore Inu and the ancestors? Because when you think about genetic transfer from mother to child or a father to child as a baby is in gestation, it would seem that would have some type of connection because that is where the umbilical cord is connected. So when we talk about ancestral lines, ancestral DNA, genetic memory, all of that, how does that pertain to the Ore Inu, if at all?
Beautiful question. Okay. Now, are you familiar with Pulp Fiction?
Am I familiar with what, I'm sorry?
The movie Pulp Fiction.
Then, yeah.
Okay, are you familiar with The Matrix?
Yes, I am.
Okay, you remember how they was plugging them up?
Yes.
Where was they plugging them up at?
The back of the head.
Exactly.
Or the back of the neck.
Exactly. Also in Pulp Fiction, when Ving Rhames had the scene when they had Ving Rhames, he had that big patch on the back of his head. That's where his soul had been taken. Now, the difference, for all intents and purposes of what we're dealing with this class and how I was taught by Chief, your Ori Ipako helps you connect directly to your ancestors spiritually. That's also a point where your soul comes in and out of. So when you're dealing with an umbilical cord, you're not dealing with ancestors, you're dealing with mother to child, the connection of mother to child, which are both alive. Now, one of the ways that we can connect to the Egun is through the Ori Ipako. That's how we can communicate with them. Your Ori Inu deals more with your subconscious or your superconscious mind. That's your the easy way to remember that is your inner self, your inner self. So, like you said, the genetic information is already there from the mother, and she connects to her Egun through your Ori Ipako. And from her genetic information, she gives the genetic information to the child. Now that Ori point is also very strong because that's a portal in which people attack you at. That's why waist beads are so important, because that's another chakra point or portal that people can attack you from. That's another place where your soul can be extracted from. So for the intents and purposes of this class, Ori Inu deals with your inner self, your inner conscious, your inner voice, your subconscious. The subconscious is the feminine aspect of your mind, whereas your conscious mind or your Ori-Ode is your conscious mind, your conscious thoughts. So your Ori-Ode, your Ori, as well as your Ori Iwaju acts as a filter to your Ori Inu, because your Ori Inu, like Odu and like Oduduwa, as one of the emanations of Olodumare, is all knowing, all powerful. I'm not all knowing, but Rumila is all knowing. But your Ori Inu absorbs everything. Everything your subconscious doesn't filter anything out. When you're meditating, you're working with your Ori Inu, because that aspect of you is how you really keep things simple. Your conscious mind acts as a filter. Your subconscious mind just absorbs. So your conscious mind is what you mentally project. Your subconscious or your Ori Inu is what you pull in. And if that area is not protected, you can have not only your soul stolen, you can also have things implanted in you that you don't know where it came from. So for the purposes of this class, that's the difference between Ori Ipako and Ori Inu. Ori Ipako specifically deals with the communication with the ancestors. Does that clarify that a little bit? Caller, are you there? I think I lost both of them. Lost both of them. We lost both of them.
No, I'm here.
Okay. Yeah, does that help with your questioning?
Yes, it did. Thank you.
Benny. Well, we're going to take a quick break. The call-in number is 444-619-466. Callers, stay on the line. Anybody that wants to call and chime in on any of the subjects that we're talking about, please feel free. Once again, the call number is 444-619-466. At hottalkradio.net, you're streaming live. If you don't want to talk or don't want to get, ask any questions, you can just listen in live. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with you. Black Line, let's go.
Yeah.
Okay, that was Sunny Ade, Jah for me, Jah for me, Jah for me. That is, that was Oriki saying for God protect his head. Since we're on the subject of Ori, that's specifically what that song deals with. Jah for me, Jah for me, Jah for me, God protect my head. We lost a couple callers with the song. It is 8:35. We got 25 minutes left. The calling number is 444-619-466. We have been on the topic of Ori. On the topic of Ori is the head. For rough translations, the head. We went over the aspects of Ori, which is the Ori Ikonri, which is your body double in heaven. That's the aspect of you that still resides with Olodumare or God. It deals with your will, your purpose, and it helps guide you while you're on earth. Your Ori Iwaju, which is your first eye or third eye, some people call it, or your pineal. It deals with your psychic ability, your foresight, your ability to see that which is unseen. Ogunye, I hear you. All right, Ogunye, train. All right, must have got that right. But yeah, your Ori Iwaju helps you problem solve. It helps you see that which is hidden or uncovered. That is your brow chakra. And we know that your brow chakra is governed by Oya, but that's a whole nother Oprah show. And Ogun is still talking outside. All right, hold on. Yeah, Ogun, yeah. All right. The third one that we went to is your Ori Inu, which is your inner consciousness or your super consciousness, your subconscious thought. Your subconscious thought as a source of you, is a source that sees all things. That your subconscious or your Ori Inu is one of the most sought after aspects of attack. When you're attacked, it's usually your Ori Inu that's attacked. Your Ori Inu is the receptive aspect of your consciousness. It sees all things. Nothing gets past your Ori Inu. So it's good to make sure you protect that by what you consume, what you absorb, mentally. You can't want positivity, but you keep giving your Ori negative images or negative what's the word? You can't be entertained by negative things. You can't entertain negative things. You can't absorb negative things and think that your Ori Inu won't be affected. So if you said you want to find a good woman, you can't listen to music that disrespects women. Doesn't make sense. Because subconsciously, in your mind, you might consciously say you want a good virtuous woman. In your mind, you really want the side piece. That's how your Ori Inu can be compromised. Same thing other way around. You can't say you want a man, but everything you listen to disrespects men, or say men ain't SHIT. So your Ori Inu absorbs all the information around you, and it's what you inwardly think, what you subconsciously think. And when we meditate, when we work with the energies, we tap into our subconscious mind or get in contact with Ori Inu. That's where your answers come from. We also touched on the aspect of Ori Ode, which is your physical head or your physical brain, which also can represent your conscious thought process. So your conscious thought process acts as a filter to your Ori Inu, which is important. That's very important. We also got on the subject of Ori Ipako, which is your portal to the ancestors. That's one of the ways you can invoke the energy, invoke the energy of your ancestors. You can, a little easy thing you can do is just hold the back of your neck, basically your skull right here, right where your hairline will be, and where your skull meets your spinal cord. Hold that, rub it, and just start calling the names of your ancestors and see what thoughts come into your head. See what images. Spirits don't really use language. It's awkward to them, but they do communicate through numbers, symbols, and feelings. which is different from emotions. Feelings and emotions are two different things. But if you want to connect with your ancestors, you've been having trouble, sit in front of your shrine, play some music that they recognize, cook some food, eat some food with them, or smoke something with them that they remember, like, cigars, cigarettes. If you don't smoke cigarettes, just light it and leave it there. And just start calling the name of your ancestors and see what images pop in your head. So, like, for example, if you sit in front of your ancestors' shrine and you want to communicate with one of your ancestors, you light the candles, you get your cigarette, incense, your cigar going, and you hold the back of your Ori Ipako, and start chanting names, and all of a sudden the image of pecan pie pops up in your mind. So then you have to go through the process of figuring out who either ate or made pecan pie. And that's when it gets fun, when you start playing with the images and they start communicating with you in symbols that you can understand. That's the only way the spirit realm, or any spirit that really wants to communicate with you, will do. They will communicate to you in a way in which you can enter and understand. They will not give you an image that you don't know what it is. So never second guess yourself. Just go along with it. Just go with the flow. We're dealing with esoteric spiritual awakenings, or awakening your third eye. That's how you do it. Just don't rationalize it. Lead it to your left brain. Just tap into your right brain energy. And just see what happens. You don't have to. Don't make it a chore. Just enjoy it. And then, when the messages come through, you'll see other stuff. You'll still start to see synchronicity. Synchronicity is when you see things or coincidence. So if you see a pecan pie, and next thing you know, you see a slipper just pop up. Oh, so this is one of my matriarchs in my family. And then from there, somebody start talking about it. That's the synchronicity that goes into effect when you start to just meditate a little bit. And you get your conscious mind out of the way. You start tapping to your Ori Inu, and start tapping to your Ori Iwaju and your Ori Ipako. Those are some of the things that you can do. So that's the synchronicity. That's another way that your ancestors will communicate with you, through synchronicity. And us as priests, and practicing magicians, or whatever you want to call yourself, spirit workers, that's what we work on. We work on manipulating coincidence in our favor. Manipulating coincidence in our favor. So you also get the images. Some people can smell smells. That's the type of psychic ability that you have, which comes from your Ori Iwaju. Some people can see the image. Some people can feel it, clairsentient. Some people can smell it. Some people can hear it. Some people can physically see the spirit. All that has to do with your Ori Iwaju. All of that. So it's up to you to find out what type of communication you have with those spirits. And the third way that they do it is through feelings. Like, how do you feel? How do you feel when you do that? What type of feeling do you get? You get a warm feeling, cold feeling, hot feeling, sad, happy, tickled, or humorous. And that's a big difference between your feelings and emotions. Your emotions are a result of your feelings, or an effect of your feelings. The feelings are the cause. The emotion is the effect of the feeling. So your emotions are important, but your feelings have to be interpreted properly. That way your emotions won't take control. That's when you get to dealing with that root chakra aspect, or the Eshu aspect. You have a choice when it comes to emotion. You can get emotional about something, or you can't, or you choose not to. But emotions are choices, but they are indicators of your feelings. So if you was hurt and fell off your bike, you can feel sad because you scraped your knee, or you can feel scared, or you can feel angry. But the feeling is a response to the pain, or the response to you not being able to stay on your bike, and that invokes an emotion. So it's good to break down, if you're dealing with feelings or emotions, and which one is which. But just know that feelings are the cause and the emotions are the effects, or effects. So, which is the law of cause and effect, which is one of the 7 Hermetic principles that we will get into later when we get a little bit more people in the class. I think a lot of people just listening in. It's okay. We here with you. Call in numbers 404-461-9466, Hot Talk Radio, hottalkradio.net. You can call in, you can listen on hottalkradio.net. Or, see what else we got. Oh yeah, Ori Ora. Your Ori Ora is your physical body vehicle. Some people say body temple, but I like to call it your physical vehicle because your body moves. The temple just stays still. So your body vehicle is what allows you to move about the universe and get things done. So we got 15 minutes left. We're coming up on the end of the show, the end of the segment. Let's see what we got for y'all. We've been dealing with a lot of definitions and had a lot of, it was a good show. Had a lot of callers. Had a lot of good show. Hold on, y'all. We're gonna take a quick break. We're going to the last 15 minutes. We're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna see what we got going here. See if there's any more callers. So apparently we're gonna have to start getting into the chakras. We're gonna play a quick clip for y'all. Can't talk. Never do radio show with gum in your mouth. Learn that the hard way. Once again, the calling number 404-461-9466. And we're on hottalkradio.net. We're gonna play a clip for y'all. Let me know what y'all calling. Let me know what you think.
A new species appeared on Earth, the great apes. They were our distant ancestors. Through evolution, they gave rise to a more advanced species, then ventured far and wide and invented hunting, power, tools, love, and soon war. Thanks to the latest scientific discoveries, we are about to take a journey into the depths of time to find out which of our ancestors took the decisive step and gave birth to the first man.
Believe it or not, we haven't even begun to scratch the surface of this incredible and complex topic. Chakras 2 will be a few weeks away though. Understanding chakras is understanding the cosmic universal flow. It is a scaling and harmonizing of vibration between polarized frequencies. Just looking at the waveform alone, the vibration of red and the vibration of blue are completely different. Chakras are the exact same way. Now, when a person is focused on one particular chakra, their whole world is colored by the energy of that chakra. It is literally like a lens through which everything in existence is interpreted. In order to explain this clearly, allow me to demonstrate what I'm talking about. You remember the qualities of each chakra, right? We covered that in part 1. The brief overview is survival, sex, willpower, love, and emotion, sound, sacred geometry of creation, and finally, spiritual awareness and understanding. So when a fractal or a piece of the everything known as spirit, consciousness, or God comes into this brand new reality, such as a baby being born, they have one thing on their mind, and one thing only. It's survival. They want to be able to survive and stay here. Their whole focus is on being able to survive. They are almost entirely dependent on their guardians at this time, and usually it is the mother and father who take up that role. Depending on how well mommy and daddy do at making the infant feel safe, the quicker they can transcend to the next level. Nursing is a natural way to bring the child into a state of safety, as well as explore the next chakra simultaneously. The root chakra is synonymous with support from the environment around you. If a child is growing up in an unsafe space where there's a lack of nurturing to keep the child feeling safe and explorative, it will take longer for solid transition to take place, and can even cause long-term damage to the understanding of the child, and they will grow up with many traumas, anxiety, and pain. The moment survival has been achieved, it becomes clear to spirit that there are 1 or 2 more chakras available. There are actually two, but spirit may only see one. It cannot see beyond a half-step wall leading to the heart. The half-step hides the higher chakras from spirit, at least until spirit has learned to master the lower chakras. That wisdom of completion shows the way to higher understanding. Once survival has been achieved, spirit desires to make contact with other beings in this reality. This is instinctual. When you're a baby, that's usually interpreted as making contact with your mother and father. It is one of the youngest and earliest actions compelled by the sacral chakra, and it is sexual in nature. As you get older and your sacral chakra matures, the desire for contact shifts from the innocence of support from your mother to a different form that I'm sure we're all aware of. The essence of the sacral is to reach out, locate, and make contact with the life that exists in the world around you. At a young age, it covers everything from holding your mother to snuggling a kitty, although it has been in a way programmed out of us by our own media and peer groups. Now that spirit has survived and made contact with other life in the world, the third chakra that is available is called the solar plexus, willpower. Spirit wants to know how things work. What are the laws of this new world? How does gravity work? How do you do things? Using your willpower, you try and control the physical world, picking up toys and playing with them, moving things around. We're all familiar with the age called the terrible twos. It's a common age when spirit is very interested and full of willpower to want to know everything about the world around it, to test it and see what it can do and what it can't do. The child will continue until it's satisfied in its basic understanding of reality. When you're a baby, you are unaware that there's a change in the directions after the third chakra. There's something we call a half step obscuring the next four chakras. The child is not aware of the many more chakra lessons to come, and how much more to life there really is. The child is oblivious to it. On Earth, even when we become adults, we may still not know that there are higher centers in the body. Much of this world is still living in the first three chakras, but that is changing fast. Mother Earth is waking up.
All right, we're back. That was just a little beginner teaser information to what we're going to be covering. The next couple of classes, we're going to really get into the Ori and how it affects the chakras and where they reside in the chakras. But that was a good little clip because that ties back into the whole issue aspect of what we were talking about earlier. And the purpose of a naming ceremony that Baba Ogunlano will be having for his Omo Day this Saturday. Please contact him, let him know how y'all can come experience that. Because I think if you're not in the culture, it's good to come check out. It's good to see the responsibility you have to the Omo Day. It solves a lot of early problems that a lot of youth have. But people always say it takes a village. So the naming ceremony introduces the child to the village that will be responsible for it. But so. We'll be right back here next Tuesday. We'll be back here Tuesday from 7 to 9 every week at Hot Talk Radio. Calling number 449-466. We got 7 minutes left. Anybody want to call in, say anything, ask any questions? Let's get it in the next 7 minutes. If not, we're gonna go ahead and close out. I'm gonna leave y'all with the Ogunlano as she is coming, because that is what we have been talking about all day today. And think about, what we went over in class. We're going to finish the rest of it next week. So once again, we appreciate y'all for listening to us. Appreciate the callers for calling in. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Appreciate everybody for that had anything to do with this. Appreciate Ibashe, Ashu Ibashe, or Ibashe Shango, Ibashe, or Damari Ibashe, Muborisha that helped make this happen. All right, we're going to close on out. It's coming.
Tutu, ilẹ̀ tutu, ọ̀nà tutu, tutu làárọ̀ yẹn, ṣe tutu.
Black Lion Power.
Omi bàbá lé omi àdìbà, òjò balẹ̀ kàwá wá. Olùdókòwò àjùbà, olótórí àjùbà, ẹlẹ́dàá àjùbà. Ọba nínú ìpàdà yẹ́sì, ọba ní ìgbẹ́ni àkọ́rí. Ọba àṣẹ ní ọrùn, ọba tó ṣe lẹ́yìn ní ọrùn. Ọba tó ní ọba lọ́nà, ọba dídì láìláì. Ọba tó ní ìwé ní ọrùn, ọba tó fi ọba àjẹ. Ẹ̀la àkókò àkọ́rẹ́ látàbọ̀, ẹ̀la àkókò àkọ́rẹ́ látàbọ̀.
Set outputs. Is it right here?
Yeah,